I simply don't trust my government, especially this character Biden, and I don't trust the Fed, I don't trust the banks, and I don't trust Wall Street. So it's pretty simple philosophy. In other words, what I say, every time I'm on your show, if you can print it, I don't want it. So if you can print the dollar, I don't want it. You can print a stock, I don't want it. I want something I can see, touch, and feel, or like our friend Jim Rickard says, what's real? Find out what's real. So as you know, I've been a gold bug since about 1971 when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. And I'm becoming more fanatical, not less. And I literally have tons of gold and silver, tons, because I own gold mines.
Stock, bond and cryptocurrency markets are all down due to the global recession. The price of oil has risen, but the euro and yuan have decreased. The world may appear to be collapsing at the moment since inflation is rising dramatically, but there are several tactics you may use to your advantage. There are still many areas that are open to investment. All you need to do is choose the best moment and approach to do so. If you want to learn more, such as how to profit from the global financial crisis, watch the video through to the very end because we are going to reveal everything about Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Michael Burry, and their strategies for how to benefit from the crisis. But before we begin, it's important to note that none of this is financial advice. It is merely for entertainment purposes only. So without any further delay, let's begin with who Michael Burry is along some other famous market experts predicting another huge crash. Jeremy Grantham and Michael Burry are preparing for a devastating crash in all financial markets. They are not the only experts to issue a warning that asset prices cannot be sustained indefinitely by rampant speculation fueled by government stimulus programs. The warning has also been issued by billionaire investors Leon Cooperman, Stanley Druckenmiller, and Jeffrey Gundlach. The same is true for Robert Kiyosaki, Kevin O'Leary, Gary Shilling, and other Rich Dad Poor Dad authors and celebrities. Speaking specifically about Michael Burry, he claimed that the markets were in the midst of the greatest speculative bubble of all time in all things in June 2021 and claimed that retail investors were succumbing to the hype surrounding meme stocks and cryptocurrencies before the mother of all crashes. Before that tweet, Sion Asset Management's investor The Big Short fame cited Tesla, GameStop, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Robinhood, and the booming US housing market as examples of excessive speculative activity. Additionally, Jeremy Grantham referred to the market as the real McCoy and called it a fully fledged epic bubble in January of 2021. He contends that once you reach this level of overt super enthusiasm, the bubble always bursts within the following months, not a few years. Leon Cooperman also talked about this and further expressed his grave worries about the financial markets in May 2021. The billionaire investor and head of Omega Advisors said, "Everything I look at would suggest caution, intermediate to long term would be the rule of the day. When this market has a reason to decline, it will decline so quickly that it will make your head spin." So as you can see, a lot of investors and billionaires warned us, which indicated that bad things were on the horizon, but no one listened to them and disregarded the warnings. However, who can stop the storms? They've already arrived, therefore the question is how to withstand them. So watch the entire video if you want to learn everything there is to know about how to survive. Talking about Robert and giving his pessimistic outlook, it's no surprise that Kiyosaki mostly favors safe haven assets such as gold and silver, as he believes that precious metals, unlike fiat currency, cannot be printed out of thin air, and they've been helping investors preserve purchasing power for centuries. The price of gold has risen by about 8% year to date. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has given investors yet another reason to look into the yellow metal. While Kiyosaki owns gold, which he first purchased in 1972, he prefers silver in today's economic environment. Additionally, Kiyosaki revealed in a tweet that he had purchased 2,500 American Silver Eagle bullion coins and explained why he did so. As per his tweet, gold has already moved up and Bitcoin is still too expensive. Silver is about 50% lower than its all-time high, and silver is both an industrial metal and a currency. And like others, he believes that all bubbles eventually burst, and when they do, many people's wealth suffers significantly. But these large drops on the other hand create opportunities for those willing to buy the dip. As a result, Kiyosaki claims that the good thing about a bubble is that when it bursts, everything goes on sale. As the author began, buying real estate at bargain prices during the 2008 financial crisis. Based on how much real estate has risen since then, it's safe to say that this was a significant shift. We think it's now evident to you that Kiyosaki has the opinion that sooner or later there will be a very serious financial crisis, and the best people will be those who have wealth stored up for that time in order to acquire the greatest commodities like gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Now let's get into what Warren Buffett's strategies are for surviving in this economic environment. If you're familiar with Warren Buffett, you probably already knew that he has always been adamant that the best course of action is to maintain an investment in stocks. Buffett, the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, is perhaps best known for his maxim on dip buying. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. Given the sharp increase in prices, it's important to review some of Buffett's best recommendations for battling the giant corporate tapeworm he once described. Therefore, his first piece of advice is to invest in reputable companies with modest capital requirements. Like Buffett, who has long supported owning companies that generate significant returns on capital invested in the company. Additionally, businesses with low capital requirements that can maintain their profits should fare better during periods of inflation than those that must continually make investments at ever-rising costs just to hold on to their position. Second, he suggests looking for businesses that can raise prices when inflation is higher. In the same way, he thinks that if a company can raise its prices, it has a significant advantage during times of high inflation because it can offset its own rising costs. An unregulated toll bridge would be the ideal asset to own in an inflationary environment, according to a statement made by Warren Buffett, since you would have already built the bridge and could raise prices to counteract inflation. Finally, look at this. TIPS stands for Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. For investors worried about rising inflation, Buffett also recommends this investment. Although the principal is adjusted for inflation as determined by the Consumer Price Index, TIPS pays investors a fixed interest rate twice a year. Notably, Buffett has shunned gold, an asset often thought as being a great inflation hedge. On the other hand, he also doesn't like crypto and has always stated negative remarks about Bitcoin. You also heard Kevin O'Leary in the last video, who thinks mass adoption won't happen until rules are in place because investors are actually waiting for governments to make a decision and decide how things will work in cryptocurrency markets. Now, let's finally ask Robert if there's still opportunity for the people or not.
On a gold standard and silver standard, the hard, start with one silver coin is about $20, or one gold coin is about 2,000. But put yourself on a gold and silver standard because they're still real money.
On the other hand, Gareth Soloway also said that right now he is only looking to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum when it comes to investing with precautions. Gareth basically said that he is not sure of the survival of any other altcoin. Bitcoin and Ethereum have survived all market crashes and they are still in the top 10, which makes them quite enthusiastic for investment if you're concerned about the security of your money. What do you guys think in all this? Are you doing anything to protect your wealth in these turbulent times? Please share any thoughts below in the comment section. They always generate interesting dialogue. If you found this video interesting or helpful, click to watch one of these two videos appearing on your screen right now. Each one is a value-packed dive into some of the hottest topics in crypto. Thanks for watching, until next time.